Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so sorry if I haven't been consistent in the past months, but life got in the way, and yeah. So hopefully New Year's resolution is to be a little bit more consistent with the videos. So today we're going to channel messages from the spirits. I am going to use tarots for a general message, but then I wanted to focus a little bit more on the oracles, so channel messages through oracles. And I have here 3 different oracles that I'm going to use for this video, and yeah, so we're ready to begin. I want to start with of course saying that if you need a private reading, you can find all of the information in the description box down below. Now I have Ko-Fi, so it would be easier for you to buy a reading if you need one, or to get in touch with me. But yeah, let's begin. Take some time, pause the video if you need to, and choose the pile that is calling you the most. These are 3 different tarot decks. So choose the deck that is calling you the most, and I'll wait for you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. You chose this beautiful tarot deck. This was actually my first tarot deck ever, so I'm pretty much attached to it. And I'm glad you chose this one. But yeah, so we're going to channel a general message with this tarot deck, but then I want to focus a little bit more on oracles in this video, as I said at the beginning of the video. So yeah, let's begin with your message. Oop, not yet. A message for pile number 1, spirits. Okay, we got the Queen of Cups, the Princess of Cups, we've got the 9 of Wands. These are too many. We got the Chariot, got the Justice, and I'll just take this one, which is the 10 of Swords. So pile number 1, I think what happened to you in the last few months, in the last period, is that you have been experiencing some injustice in your behalf. So someone wasn't treating you fairly, someone wasn't giving you the importance that you deserved, or that you think you deserved. And this really caused you a lot of pain with the 10 of Swords. Someone might have kind of backstabbed you, as you can see from the picture here. Someone might have been backstabbing you because they haven't been treating you fairly. So if you feel like you have been mistreated in the past few months, and you didn't know if that was really the case, you didn't know if it was just in your mind and you were kind of thinking that someone was not treating you fairly, and you were like, oh, maybe I'm just behaving like a victim here, and I'm not seeing the situation clearly. If that's the case for you, pile number 1, you were seeing the situation very clearly, so you were misinterpreting anything, and this person was actually not treating you right. So if this person is still in your life, I feel that with these cards, this is a call for you to act and kind of run away from them. With the Chariot, we need progression in life. We need to move forward. So don't get stuck in this situation. If you're still thinking about this specific person that wasn't treating you, right, then this is a call for you to move on, not get stuck with anger towards them, because it won't serve you anything. It will actually kind of block you into moving forward in the new year. It will kind of get your energy very stagnant, and it won't be productive at all. So you could be called to move on from this situation, from this person, but if I am thinking this could also be a workplace, if that's a workplace, then the Chariot is like telling you to move on, meaning that you should look for something else. You should look for a new workplace. You should look for a new job. If that's like a country, I don't know, maybe you wanted to move somewhere else because you feel like you're living somewhere where your personality, your talents are not being acknowledged, and you're not treated as fairly as you are wishing. Then the Chariot is telling you to move somewhere else if that's what you need. So if that's what you were thinking about, or if that's what you have been thinking about for a long time, then this is a confirmation that that's what actually you should be doing. Only by doing this, you'll be able to overcome this kind of negativity that you have right now, because you probably don't believe in yourself, you don't believe in your talents, you think that you're kind of a victim of a certain situation, which if you weren't treated fairly, then yes, you were kind of a victim in a situation, but always remember, even with the Nine of Wands, that you have your weapon. You're holding your weapon, so you're not a victim here. You can react to whatever happened to you. And with the Queen of Cups and the Princess of Cups, intuition is always needed. So whatever your intuition is telling you, that's the answer. And whatever you're feeling it's right, then it is. But remember that in order to tap into your intuition, you really need to erase all the outer voices that are telling you you're not enough and you're not doing this well enough and you're not worthy of a certain thing. Don't let yourself caught up in these ideas that are not yours. These are actually someone else's ideas that they kind of implanted in your brain. So yes, you are called right now to tap into your intuition, but especially to move on from a certain situation. Let's see what the oracles are saying for you. We have these ancient Egyptian ones that we're going to begin with. Is there anything, spirits, that pile number 1 needs to know? We have inundation, number 36. One more. We have sowing seeds, number 14. Let's see what the booklet here is saying about this card. So number 36, inundation. Meaning. This card is closely tied to abundance, fertility, and new beginnings. Inundation primarily represents an outpouring of blessings, literally divine water pouring down upon you from the heavens. In terms of the traditional tarot, this card would be the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups combined. You do have the Queen of Cups in the reading, so that could be a confirmation that that's correct. The popular saying, when it rains, it pours, applies to this card with regard to both good and bad events. It's possible that a lot of pressure will be coming in the near future, and you may need to brace yourself to handle them all. Remember, the annual flood was caused by rain in the Ethiopian highlands, but this water reached the Egyptian through the awesome hydraulic power of the Nile River. Sometimes the flood caused destruction and damage, but farmers were still grateful because without the life-giving waters and rich, fertile silt, Egypt would never have become the greatest civilization in the ancient world. So I feel that for you, pile number one, it's representing that whatever happened to you in the past, it's now gone, and you should be grateful that that happened. And as the Chariot is moving on like the water in the Nile River, then you should flow in life just like that water. And then we have sowing seeds, number 14. Where is it? Number 14. Okay. Card meaning. The primary meaning of this card concerns the sowing of seeds, but seeds will only germinate if the dirt has been properly watered, fertilized, and tilled. Do you see how these two cards are actually linked to each other? It actually really makes sense. The ancient Egyptian farmers were fortunate because the water and fertilizer were provided each year as a gift from the Nile River again, leaving them the task of tilling the earth before planting the seeds. If there is a goal you wish to accomplish, you cannot simply toss your energy over the ground and scattershot fashion. You must plan out where your energy will be planted to ensure the most abundant growth. So again, if you were thinking of starting a new career, starting a new job, or moving somewhere else, that's the start of your new adventure. Believe in that because you're sowing the seeds of your future. Let's get a card from this other oracle. One card for pile number one. We have two here, so I just want one card for pile number one. Whoop. Okay, I have a mess, but there's one card that was tilted facing the picture, so I'm going to take that one. And is I offer words of good intent. Let me look for it. Number 11. It says, in geometry, a fractal is a never-ending, infinitely complex series of patterns, self-similar across varying scales. Life, language, and the language by which we live our life can be considered a fractal of sorts, a replication of infinity expressed through the kaleidoscope of consciousness perceived through the human lens. Language is a powerful tool with which we can find guidance to navigate infinity, and how we actively and mindfully participate in reality is the punctuation to our life's sentence. A consciously chosen vocabulary has the power to create words within our words. Because if you look beyond the surface of the sound and symbol and dig more deeply, there are hidden fractals to every term. I feel that the meaning of this card for you is be careful how you talk to yourself. Be careful about what words you're using to talk to yourself again. So always be gentle and always have good intent, as the card is suggesting, especially when you're talking to you. And let's see with this other oracle. One card for pile number 1. One message for pile number 1. We got too many. Too many of them. I'm just gonna take this first one. Rewilding with Grandmother Moon. Number 1. You are being called to reconnect with the wild woman within and examine which opinions, values and benefits you have unintentionally and unconsciously adopted from others via domestication and socialization. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Throughout your life. Rewild yourself by discovering what is truly important to you, what you want in this life, and what authentically lights up your soul. So pile number 1, I feel that you're called to finally take action in your life. Don't feel like a victim and stop blaming yourself and others for whatever happened in the past. What's behind you has to stay behind you. So move on as the Chariot did, because you're sowing seed for your next chapter. Pile number 1, I really hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please leave a like and a comment down below and let me know which pile you chose. And if you need a private reading, you know where to find me. Bye! Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose this kind of ancient Egyptian deck, which matches perfectly with my Ankh above. But yeah, let's begin with your reading. So we're going to see what the spirits are telling us about what you have to do or whatever message, advice you need to hear. We're going to have a little message from here, and then we're going to check out 3 different oracles to see whatever energies we're picking up. So let's begin. Pile number 2. Please, spirits, can we have a message for pile number 2? We got 2 of Cups. We got the Devil. Ace of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Too many. The Hierophant. Too many. And we got the 8 of Cups. Okay, pile number 2. I feel someone, a person here, hid something from you. Someone who approached you as the perfect person with the Hierophant. Someone very stable, someone trustworthy, someone you can really rely on. And this person kind of approached you. It could be in a romantic way with the 2 of Cups, but they could also They could also have been giving you some kind of help, offered help, support, and you thought that they were having nice and positive they wanted to actually help you, and they wanted to actually be helpful in this situation that you were having, or that you will be having. If it didn't happen yet, be careful, because this person actually has another plan. They are not as trustworthy as you think, or as people think, because I feel that they might also be seen as a really positive person by a certain community, but they actually are not as kind and honest as they want to look like. With the devil, I feel that this person has another plan, as is working towards something else, which is not as pure, as kind and helpful as they want to show you and the people around them. What I think here is that you already know that this person is not 100% honest with you, but you know, maybe people around you are like, oh, this person is like the best. They are so nice, they are lovely with everyone, but actually you were like, with the 8 of Cups, I don't really feel like I can trust this person 100%, but maybe I should. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should, because everyone else is telling me that they are so nice and so helpful, so pure and kind. Well, if that's the case, and if you are actually having these doubts about this person, know that you have the power here. You have a certain blessing here is coming, even though all of this is happening or happened. But with the cow here, you're actually blessed. And this spirit that we are kind of talking through, that we're channeling messages from, they're telling you that they are protecting you. First of all, because they're letting you know that this is happening, but also whatever happens, they have your back. And you have the power here to change this situation. You don't have to trust them because everyone else is trusting them. You don't have to rely on them if you don't feel like. Because I feel there's some kind of loss here. They might let you waste money, or they might ask you for money back. Or another option is that if they will give you money because, or something else, they might ask you for money back, or something that is even worth more than whatever they did. So yeah. I feel that pile number 2, the message for you is that you should be careful about someone that entered in your life recently, or someone that is going to enter your life in the near future. Okay? Now, I want to take 2 cards from this deck. These are oracles. We have 6, care and nurturing. And then we have, is there any other message for pile number 2? definitely too many. We've got number 30, respect and admiration. Where is the booklet here? Number 6. Number 6, card meaning. This card represents complete freedom from suffering and the appearance of love. It may be in the form of unconditional love, such as offered by a parent or a child, or it may be the love of a romantic partner, either present or arriving soon in the future. Temat Heret, the upper wing, can be envisioned as a bird's wing wrapped around you, enclosing you in a warm and comforting cocoon of love. Inside the wing's protective embrace, you are cared for without fear of judgment or rejection. If you are a caregiver, this card may represent you directly, or it possibly represents another caregiver, in your life. If Temat Heret occurs in a reading near the third card, that's not the case, so let's move on. So I feel that, as I said before, even though all of this is kind of happening and that's kind of chaotic, you still are protected by spirits. If you believe in ancient Egypt, then it could be this Temat Heret god that is offering a helping hand, and that is kind of taking you in their wing, protecting wing. So let's move on with card number 30. It says, this card may be taken to mean that respect and admiration will be forthcoming, or it could indicate that you will be recognized for something you have done. It could represent you either as the farrier or as being praised, who is being praised, or as someone who is kneeling and praising someone else, which may be a gentle reminder to be humble and show someone else respect and admiration. Is there someone specific in your life that you have been reluctant to praise, even though they are deserving of your respect? So I feel like I should interpret this card a little bit differently, as be careful to kneel. Oh, look, he's kneeling as well. Be careful who you're kneeling at, because they might, it might be the person that we were talking about earlier. So I feel like this is the interpretation we should give this card. Now let's move on. Let's take a card from these oracles. And we have, I'm only going to take the first one. Okay. I consume only my fair share. And let me look for it. Number 10. It's saying, the Egyptian creator god Atum was born of the great sea of Nu, the son of the primeval waters of chaos. He was a sun alone in darkness. Atum named himself Ra and labored for the creator of creation, a single sphere of light with only infinite night as his companion. Ra desired more, and thus the Egyptian pantheon of god and goddesses or Netas arose. Chaos ensued from creation, from desire to dynasty, dynasty to history, history to mythology. From the one came many songs. Creation is bred from both desire and necessity, and in looking into Egyptian creation myth and what inspired the Godhead to create life forms of life force, we see desire gave way for the Creator to create, perhaps out of loneliness, but also from necessity. Consumption is a byproduct of a creative universe. We create what consumes us, and we consume what we create. Loneliness consumes love in order to satiate our hunger for understanding and connection. The night sky consumes the sun in order for the stars to shine, much as the sun consumes the night in order for life to grow. The modern world lends itself to a dimming of the light of creation as advertisements play to automatons in a wakeless sleep. Sorry, it was wakeless. So what I think this card is really saying, it was really long, I'm sorry about it, but what I think this card is really saying is be careful what you're consuming, or be careful what other people is consuming about you. You might be, it might be that people or this person is kind of trying to take something from you, you know, take the light from you, dim your light. And with that, you're going to take the light from someone else, because of course you have to take light from somewhere. So pile number 2, I think that's what you should be careful about. Be careful about what other people are taking from you. The light, the energy they're taking from you. And then we have Artemis, she of the wild, number 11. Message: Artemis acknowledges that you may be experiencing cruelty or negativity at the hands of another, and she takes mercy on your demoralized heart. In time, know that, like Artemis, you have the ability to use this hurtful experience in order to develop greater mercy, empathy, and understanding for both yourself and others. So, yeah, I feel that this message actually resonates with what I said earlier. So, pile number 2, I think the message for you here is more of an advice and kind of a blessing for you to be careful who are you trusting and who you're giving your light and your energy to. Okay, pile number 2, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please leave a like and a comment down below. Let me know which pile you chose, and if you need a private reading, you know where to find me. I hope to see you soon. Bye! Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So, you chose this beautiful deck, which is kind of a Art Nouveau inspired, Hermetic inspired as well deck. I'm going to channel a little message from the tarots, and then I'm going to focus on 3 different oracle decks in order to have more messages. So yeah, let's begin with your reading. Pile number 3. Any messages for pile number 3? Okay, we have the moon. Nine of Wands. We have the Chariot. Oops. We have the 3 of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and we have the Knight of Swords. So, pile number 3, I feel that someone hurt you in the past. All of 3 readings that I had are very similar to each other. So I feel this is a general reading. We entered 2025 with this kind of negative vibe. We've been hurt a lot in 2024 and we don't want it to happen again. But this could be a good a good lesson for all of us collectively. But let's focus on you. So you've been hurt in the past, and with the moon, you've been left kind of guessing what happened, because you don't really know. It might be that you've been ghosted. It might be that someone who was supposed to give you an answer of any kind actually didn't, and they left you like, what happened? What is going to happen? What should I do? Should I move on? Should I stay here? Should I wait? And you've been hurt. You've been hurt a lot by this disappearing of a person. It might be that they didn't disappear, but they actually, if they are still in your life, they're not giving you the answers that you are looking for right now. And if you're trying to understand what to do, like, should I stay? Should I go? Should I move on? The Chariot here and the Knight of Swords, these are energy that are talking about moving on. So if you feel like this is your situation, I feel that the advice here is to move on. Because if you do move on, there's a lot more of adventures, a lot more dynamic situations that will happen to you. And with the Ace of Wands, if you are looking for a little adventure, it will certainly come. But it could also be that fiery energy that you are missing right now, because you are just there, waiting for something to happen to you, kind of floating in this never-ending waiting. And that's not who you are. That's not who you are meant to be. You should take action. So if you're waiting, and you've been waiting for a long time, for someone to make a decision, for someone to appear in your life, let them go. Let them go, because they're not serving you. They won't serve you. And this is not leading you anywhere at the moment. They're just blocking you with this Nine of Wands, kind of leaving you there because they like to have someone, they like to think that there might be someone stuck at the idea of them. But show them that you're actually moving on. Show them that you are not there waiting for anyone. So I feel that the message for you, pile number 3, was very straightforward. So let's move on to the oracles. Message for pile number 3, please. Okay. Number 16, spiritual struggles. Okay. And number 21, healing. Feel that they already make sense. Spiritual struggle, because you feel lost at this specific moment. And healing, because you need healing, and you will heal if you move on from the situation. Force yourself. I know it's not easy, and you're like, okay, but it's easy to tell someone to move on, but how do you do that? You force yourself. You force yourself to go out. You force yourself to meet someone else. If that's the case, you force yourself to make a decision if you're not making one. It's hard, I know, but life is based on decisions. So, number 16, spiritual struggles. This card, like the deck in itself, represents an individual who is on a spiritual journey. This is you. For those still living, this card paints a vivid picture of the spiritual life and journey of the soul. It takes hard work to be spiritually pure while living in a world that does not seem to value the condition of the soul, but your relationship with the unseen forces around you is your responsibility. And in the end, no one will be able to answer for the life you have lived beside yourself. It is easier to lose yourself in a haze of sex, alcohol, and mass media than do the hard work required for spiritual growth. Those are the lessons inherent in this card. It may be suggesting you should focus on your spiritual path and put worldly issues to the side for the moment. It may also indicate that you are already on the right path. If you're struggling spiritually, it will affirm your approach and encourage you to continue. So yeah, probably this whole situation that happened, it's because you trusted someone who wasn't as spiritual, awakened as you are, and that's the main reason why you found yourself here. Let's move on to the card 21. Healing can be a painful process, as evidenced by the procedure depicted on the card, and the healing indicated in the reading may cause pain at first. However, the pain will subside and give away the strength and rejuvenation. Emotional pain is often slower to recede than physical pain, but it is an important part of the healing process to acknowledge the existence of emotional hurts that can lie buried deep in your soul. The core message of this card is that things are going to improve if they have not started to do so already. So yeah, if you're feeling hurt because of this situation, what the card is saying is that everything is going to be fine and everything will improve, and that's the most important part. Let's move on to one card from these oracles. A message for pile number 1. A message for, pile number 3. Why did I say pile number 1? For pile number 3, we have keep my own counsel. And that's number 16. Maat as a living principle is the embodiment of order, and in living this principle, our daily experience becomes a personification of fairness, truth, and balance to circumvent chaos through actions that are just. Just being the key word, as it is defined by an unbiased equilibrium. To die is to stop living. But to stop living is something entirely different than dying. That's a Chinese proverb. So, yeah, I feel that you kind of closed yourself in your own little world after this happened. And you should live. You should go out and start living again. One last message for you, pile number 3. We have Vasilisa the Wise. Sorry if I mispronounced it. Like Vasilisa, in her maidenhood, we are often frightened and distrustful of our inner knowing, as we are taught, both overtly and covertly, by our patriarchal society that intuition is not a real form of guidance. It is, and like Baba Yaga, the doll and the fiery skull, your intuition is akin to an old wise woman within you who possesses great ancestral wisdom written in her bones and DNA. So yeah, I think that's just an advice to follow your intuition as always. Pile number 3. I hope this reading was helpful and I hope to see you soon. If you liked this video, leave a like and a comment and let me know which pile you chose. And yeah, I hope to see you soon. Bye!